Nice ball near side Villa. Backs up Ramos. Oh, what a shot! A rifled shot that sails into the back corner for the equalizer.
What an eye for goal David Villa has! He would make the Cyclops jealous. This is an astonishing strike from Aguaje.
New York City FC, a tale of two protagonists. One, a new soccer team that started off from scratch barely 2 years ago, with millions of dollars in spending and star players brought over from Europe. The other, a sports-crazy mixed pot of New Yorkers cheering for the Sky Blues. According to research from Bleacher Report, a demand for soccer in America is rising. But where do all these fans come from? The club's website announced that over 15,000 season tickets have been sold for the team's first ever year in action. More than 60% of these buyers have never before owned season tickets for other professional sports. The club announced a historic sales record on game day merchandise after the home opener on March 16th. It was the greatest amount in the 20-year history of Major League Soccer.
I think even though these players are really expensive for these clubs, in the long term they are going to be profitable, because a lot of people, for example, I went there and the only player I knew was David Villa. I didn't know any of the other players, so I basically went there to see him play. I feel like most of the people who are going to start going to these games, they are only going to watch one player play.
City Football Group, that owns 80% of the club, is a company that works with teams worldwide, all related back to the mother club, Manchester City in England. The prospect is to improve soccer in the US by bringing historic traditions, fan culture, and money overseas. While some doubt the market is for the benefit of the game, Mendolia wants to look at the opportunity such a venture brings.
To get started, I think the money is necessary to build a franchise like that. They've only brought in, say, a couple stars to start this team off. And I think if they start with the developing and building the academy system like they plan to do, like they have in Europe, I think that will definitely start that conveyor belt of player development. And, you know, money is always going to buy those best players and start the best clubs.
The mind behind the scenic atmosphere is pronounced the Third Rail, a voluntary supporter group that has many of its originators coming from European soccer stands. According to their website, the group welcomes anyone to sing along in their chants and following the team in win or despair.
The membership is reasonable, about $30 a year. They meet up at different areas in the city, watch the games when the team is on the road, and they're starting to bring that culture very similar to European style.
It's like really organized, organized cheers and chants and songs, and that's kind of new culture. American sports fans are used to a lot of points games, and so to them, like a 1-0 game is by definition boring. And in fact, if you're really into soccer, 1-0 games can be the best. But see, you tell an American sports fan that, they say, "What are you talking? Nothing happened."
And there's the full-time whistle. And Iko Para in the 13th minute. And Sporting Kansas City have handed NYCFC their first taste of defeat in Major League Soccer.
At a cold Yankee Stadium, the NYCFC lost its first ever season game, although songs echoed in the subway station home to Manhattan. In the end, what draws people to the Bronx may vary, and emotions show in different ways. Curiosity, frustration, pride, nervosity, passion. For now, NYCFC is only a 5-game-old project, yet without its own stadium or glory days to look back upon, the global soccer fan culture is far more developed. Perhaps it's not the team that will make history on its own, but the supporters standing behind them. And so, the soccer saga continues.
30 years from now, I was Major League Baseball, I would be worried. Because if they saw all of the research we've done on what young sports fans in the United States